Copper plating with a USB charger. Here's a supply list and a tools list. Feel free to pause the video to write this stuff down. But do watch the video so you can get an idea of what all the parts look like. We're going to start off by soldering a large ring to a smaller jump ring. Get your soldering station together. Make up your rings. It's not a soldering tutorial. They're going to look something like this. Now it's time to make the USB plating cable. Get your USB plating cable and cut the charging part that would go into your phone off. Strip off about 14 inches, add a little tape and some shrink tubing. We're going to add a second piece of shrink tubing just for a little extra strength. The wires are pretty thin. Next, use your Bic lighter to shrink up the tubing. That's pretty standard, right? Next, strip off the black and red coating, twist the ends of the wire, and then break out your soldering iron. Add a little flux to the ends of the wires and tin the wires as shown. Next, get your alligator clips and separate the boots from the actual alligator clip. And then we're going to thread the boots onto the appropriate wire, black to black, red to red. Get out your handy dandy screwdriver and you're going to thread the black wire through the hole and attach it to the screw. Once you're done, use the clip to actually help assist putting the boot back on. Rinse and repeat with the red wire. It should look something like this when you're finished. And the finished cable should look something like this. Check the voltage. Here we got 5.21, red to red, black to black. We're going to need a copper tube, 7/8 by 6 inch. Strip off the label, sand it out. Make a little hook wire that looks something like that. Let's make the copper plating solution now. We're going to use root killer. The active ingredient is copper sulfate pentahydrate, 99%. We're also going to need a jar and a cup of water and a pinch of salt. Break out your scale, set it to grams, put your container on it, and then push tare so it reads 0. Next we're going to add the root killer and about 50 grams. Put it into the jar. Take your cup of water, heat it up in a microwave for 1 minute, put that in the jar, and then add the salt. Stir it all up and it should look something like this. Next, take Barkeeper's Friend and clean off all the oil and dirt that might be left on the piece. Here's the setup. Take the tube, put it in the jar, clip on the red clip to the tube. Next, submerge the piece off the hook and connect the black lead to the piece. Make sure that the bar is not touching the piece or the tube is not touching the piece. Plug it in, run it for 6 minutes. Unplug it, take it out, and this is what it should look like. Rinse and polish. Use about 300 grit sandpaper, hit it with red rouge. And there's the finished piece when it's done. Notice how the copper is covering the soldering. Thanks for watching.